Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a first impression review on the new Fenty collection. I did run out to Sephora and I picked up one of each product. I'm going to show you guys swatches, how they apply on the eyes and lips, and we're going to kind of go over my thoughts. So if you want to see my first impression of the new Fenty Beauty Galaxy collection, then please keep watching. The first product I have is the Fenty Beauty Galaxy eyeshadow palette. This is what the packaging looks like. It is kind of like a holographic purple, and it says Fenty in a really pretty glittery kind of, it's a rough glitter, just very beautiful. And then on the back you do have all the shade names, so the packaging is stunning, I do have to say. And I am dying to open it. I actually haven't opened it even in store. I got there right at open and I just wanted to get my shit and get out, if you know what I'm saying. So we're gonna open it up and we'll see what it looks like. So here is the actual palette. It is stunning, just different than anything I really have ever seen. It says Fenty Beauty on the front, and then on the back there is all of the shade names that you can see right here. I turned my lights down so you can see these colors more. This is what the inside of the palette looks like. Just stunning. I feel like there's a lot of cool tones, but there are some warm tones in there too. Just really beautiful, glittery. You can tell these are high shine, and some are gonna be more sheer than others from what I've been seeing, but I'm excited to play with them. Now this palette retails for $59 and you do get 16 shades in here. I'm gonna swatch a couple of them just offhand to really see the pigment that we're dealing with and kind of what they look like before we actually go in and play. Yes, they're so beautiful, just very shimmery. I'm excited about these. These remind me of like the Dazzle shadows from MAC, or Too Faced glitter palette, or the Urban Decay Moon Dust. This is really a palette that you're going to use for topping. You're going to put some mattes on your eyes and then throw this on the inner corner, lower lash line, or the middle of the lid. The next product I did pick up is this liner in the shade Alien Bay. This is like the blue shade, so it's black, but when you rub it, it has like a blue shimmer to it. So I will be trying this on in the review, so we'll see how it applies on the eyes. But I did pick this up and there was 3 shades, but I wanted to go for like the metallic blue shade. Also picked up one of the lipsticks. This is in the shade Supermoon. Very pretty. This is like the more peachy shade of the collection. I just thought this would be the one that I would wear the most in terms of everyday, so I will be putting this on as well with a gloss on top. And then lastly, I did get the gloss in Spacesuit, which was like the pinky gold, the most neutral shade for me every day. This is what I will wear most often. They did have some crazy colors, which looked really pretty, but this is like the most wearable, just like a pink shift. It doesn't really have a scent to it. It feels a little bit stickier than her first gloss, but I like sticky because it hangs around, and the packaging honestly is stunning. All right, so now that I've gone over the products, I'm gonna go ahead and start doing the eyes. I am gonna use the Huda Beauty palette just for the matte shades because obviously the Fenty Beauty doesn't have any matte shades. I am first gonna go in with the shade Eden on a Morphe G17, and I'm gonna start blending this in the crease. So we're just gonna blend this in the crease. This will be our first transition color. Next, I'm gonna go into the shade Amber. This is like a kind of burnt Moroccan color, and this is the Morphe M443, and I'm just gonna start building up our crease. So I'm focusing this a little bit more tightly in and just blending back and forth on the crease. Now I'm going into the shade Amethyst, which is this beautiful purple shade, and I'm using an M330 from Morphe. So I'm gonna focus this on the outer V of the eye and just bring some purple into this look. So we're just doing swirling motions, and then you can kind of bring it in so it brings a little bit of that color in. Now I'm going to take the soft ochre paint pot from MAC, and I'm going to cut the crease so that we can get ready to put those like really shimmery shades on. Okay, so now that I did that, I'm gonna go in with this glitter adhesive from Violet Voss. You can use any glitter glue or a primer. I just think it's gonna work better, so I'm gonna use this, apply some before we go in with the Fenty shadows. Now I'm gonna go into the palette. I'm gonna go into this shade right here, and I am gonna use my fingers for most of it. I just think that would apply the best. So I'm gonna pick it up on my fingertip like this, and I'm gonna start applying it to that glitter adhesive. It's applying, wow, really nicely. There definitely is fallout, so just be mindful. But, I mean, can you see that payoff? Woo! So this is what it looks like applied to one eye. I do have fallout, like I said, so just be mindful of that. You might want to put some powder under your eyes before you go in with these, but the payoff is beautiful. I would use your finger for a majority of it, and then use a brush to really perfect it. Okay, now that we've applied that, I'm gonna go back into Amethyst and I'm gonna start swirling on the outer V because I really want this to blend well, and then we'll kind of go from there. So I'm just kind of blending this into where I put that Fenty shadow, so there's no harsh kind of line. And then to further deepen up, I'm gonna go into the darkest shade called Oud, and I just wanna make sure that it's deep on the outer corners because the lid color is quite deep. So if I do have to go in with the black from another palette, I will do that, but we're just gonna try this first. Okay, actually I'm gonna go in with the black because I just feel like we need to have a little bit more depth on this outer corner here. Going back into the Fenty palette, I'm gonna actually go in with this shade, which is a little bit more of like a blue sparkle, and I'm gonna apply a little bit to the middle of the lid. I just wanna add a little bit more of a pop. Now I'm gonna go back into the Huda palette and get Amethyst on a brush and start sweeping that on the lower lash line. Also grabbing a little bit more of that black on my brush, and I'm just going to kind of deepen this outer portion. So now I'm gonna go in with this pinky gold shift shade to put on my inner corners. And I actually went over it with this light shade up here because I just felt like that pink shade was a little bit too dark for the inner corner, so to brighten that up, I just applied this. So now that we have all that on, I'm gonna go in with the liner. This is an Alien Bay, and I am going to start doing my wing liner. So there's the winged liner on. It wasn't crazy difficult, but it wasn't like the easiest, so I feel like it would be okay for the average person. I feel like you'd be able to make it work. I know that it like turns glittery when you rub it, but I don't think I'm gonna really do that because I don't wanna mess up my makeup. So I would just wear it normally. Maybe I'll try to rub it like a tiny bit, but I just don't wanna like smear it all over. So I'm gonna let it set, do the other eye, and then I'll see. So I'm gonna go ahead and apply some mascara and lashes off camera, and then we'll get back to doing the lip products. Okay, now that I've popped on my lashes, I'm gonna line my lips because we're gonna go in with the lip products. So I'm gonna start with this Pillow Talk lip liner from Charlotte Tilbury. Because the lipsticks from Rihanna are super, super sheer, I actually am gonna lay down Blankety from MAC first, and then we'll go in with the lip products. So now that I put down a base color, I'm going in with the shade Supermoon, which is that really peachy, kind of iridescent shade. So this is what it looks like. It's definitely very sheer. Like I said, I would put a lipstick underneath it just because I like that full pigment. These are for, I feel like, the everyday girl that's just gonna throw this on and a glittery shadow and some highlight and roll out. But I like the color. It did lighten it a little bit, gave it a little bit of pizzazz. And now we're gonna go in with the gloss in Spacesuit, which is like that really pretty kind of gold pink shade. And I'm just gonna focus this on the center. Now that we have everything on, I did want to go back into the palette, and I wanted to go into the shade right here. And I just wanted to try it as a highlighter because I love a glittery highlight. So I thought we should just give it a go and see what it looks like on the cheeks. Also gonna go there and right there. Alright guys, so this is how my makeup turned out using all of the new Fenty Beauty products. I'm going to give you a rundown of what I think was worth it and what I think you should pass on. So my favorite thing from the collection has to be the eyeshadow palette. I just feel like you can really use these shades as highlighters. You can use them as inner corner. You can pop them on the lid. It's my favorite product from the line. I just feel like it's something that I would reach for. Very pretty shades, lots of different color selections, and I don't think the price is too bad. Being at $59, you get 16 glitter top shades, so I absolutely love this. This is my favorite item that I tried. Moving on to the eyeliner, I do think it was nice. It applied nicely, but it's not going to replace my everyday liner. I know that it does that glittery thing when you rub it, so I think if you're looking for a statement, maybe you would just do a massive wing with this and get the glitter to pop. So I think it's a cool concept, but it's not my favorite. I don't know if I would use it in my daily life, so it's not something that I think I would recommend. The lipstick was a nice formula, quite sheer. Do I love it? Not really. I think it's nice, but I don't know if I would purchase any more of them. It just doesn't scream my name. It's very sheer, and I'm more of a full coverage kind of girl. So I think for the summertime, this would have been a nice release. You just throw it on and go. But I don't think there's anything revolutionary about this particular formula. It's a nice lipstick, but it's not like mind-blowing. And then lastly, the lip gloss I do really like. I think they had some cool colors. This is the one that speaks to me the most. I will use the most, so this is probably my second favorite. So from this collection, if you are kind of pondering, I would say pick up a gloss in the eyeshadow palette and you'd be good to go. Alright guys, that is it for me and my Fenty Beauty first impressions. Obviously it's just a first impression. This is my thoughts upon using them one time. I'll play with them a little bit more, be doing some more tutorials with them, so if you'd like to see those, please subscribe and give me a thumbs up. Thank you guys again so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video.